rocks. Bula, I'm John from Cornabuanta. Bua, I love listening to the FM, it rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Makanisi.
We love listening to the FM because it rocks in Ba.
Hola, my name is Isal. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News Tonight. Fire destroys Jack's factory in Nandi. Social media conviction case lays platform. Lautoka residents live in fear, want protection. A fire that broke out at the Jack's warehouse in Nandi town today, causing extensive damage and resulting in the evacuation of 144 staff. The garment building located on Baker Street caught fire this morning, and as Ellen Stolz explains, it took everyone by surprise.
Black smoke rose high above Nandi town this morning as the fire raged out of control, destroying everything in its path. This is the scene here in Nandi as almost 1.5 hours ago, a building belonging to Jack's, as you can see behind me, is engulfed in flames. Some firefighters are managing to control the blaze, but as you can see, it has spread to nearby buildings. Some eyewitnesses staff working for Jack's have told us that they're still in shock of what happened approximately 1.5 hours ago. It is now 11 a.m. and the blaze is still not yet under control. A few minutes ago, there were trucks here and staff as well as civilians were helping to move furniture that were actually in the warehouse to a safer place, as police and authorities here trying to control the crowd that have also stood by the roads to watch this happening. As firefighters struggled to put out the blaze, help arrived from the fire department at the Nandi International Airport.
I saw some sound like boom, and then the fire starts on the building, and then I shouted the ladies, you guys come out from the building, and then it's a fire. And these ladies, they saw the fire and then they came out and saw the building, they running out from the building. And then after that, we tell our manager, our director, he called fire brigade.
At 9:30 I was here, and when I came and I only saw the smoke coming out, and then when I ran towards that side to evacuate people, and then I saw the ladies crying and they were saying that 2 people trapped inside, but I don't know, I just heard that. It's too early to say what caused the blaze, but nonetheless people are thankful that no lives were lost in it. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
We now join Ellen live, who is on standby in Nandi town. Ellen, what else can you tell us about this fire?
We have received confirmation that 6 people were taken to a medical center here in Nandi earlier today after inhaling smoke from the flames. This was confirmed to us by police spokesperson Anna Naisoro. This is how the situation is now. A burnt-out building with the smell of charred remains still thick in the air. The area has been cordoned off as police and fire authorities have continued their investigations. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that update, Ellen. The decision of the Fiji High Court to order damages paid for defamatory remarks on social media is a first for the nation that will see social media users thinking twice about what they publish online. As Kelly Vadala reports, this ruling has been welcomed by most in Fiji.
This week, the Suva High Court ruled former fashion event organizer Emosi Randonro defamed Fiji Fashion Week CEO Ellen Whippy Knight by publishing unproven defamatory statements on his Facebook page and was ordered to pay her $10,000 in damages. Until now, the legal consequences of harming the reputation of someone on social media were unclear. FBC News went to the streets today to ask people, how do you think this legal decision will change the use of social media in Fiji?
That it's not always okay to speak or to post things up that are very hurtful. The message being that you might want to be careful what you post up next time you're thinking of a status.
We all have feelings. If it was done to you, you wouldn't even like it.
be careful on how you are gonna use Facebook nowadays. You have to don't overuse or giving some bad comments on the Facebook because it's gonna affect other people's reputation.
I think there's a lot of people who post up a lot of negative comments about others online. A lot of those posts are filled with lies and are just done to defame people.
While this case sets the precedents for defamation on social media, the next part is to try and tackle the issue of those who use fake profiles to also ruin other people's reputation. Authorities might have a fight on their hands for that front. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Residents and a business owner in Kashmir, Lautoka, are calling on the police to set up a permanent patrol post in their community. Their urgent request comes after a number of incidents, the most recent an assault on 2 men, which led to an all-out street brawl. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
In the day, it's a picturesque residential area. In the evening, the security cameras tell another story. FBC News spoke to 2 men who say they had to fight for their lives. They chose not to show their faces for safety reasons.
The fella who hustled me, he gave me one face shot. You can see in the video. He gave me face shot, then I just fought back. And 4 other fellows came. They were involved in the fight. Then my cousin tried to save me.
I went to buy recharge inside, but nearly those gang came and attacked one of my cousin. They're not they attacked that fella, 4 or 5 of them holding him. But then after that, what happened? I had a piece of stainless steel piece, and then I have to smack one of them.
What the cameras don't show you is that the fight followed them home, reportedly accumulating more assailants.
When I went home, they followed us and they threw stones at my house. And my mom was outside, then asking, we called my uncles and we chased them away.
Shop owner Sanjay Lal says this type of incident is becoming commonplace.
The homemade umru and the
so they were already drunk.
Grass is causing the trouble. Yeah, they were already drunk and they were drinking there. Then that's why, because you may see clearly in the footage.
Living close by, Mera Rongo says the lawlessness has put her family's safety in jeopardy.
Like asking over here, we are not safe. We are not safe because everything it's dangerous. They're using knife.
And there's kids around.
And the kids around the neighborhood, they see what's going on. Even my kids all ran out to see what's going on and they're afraid.
The residents agree that a permanent police presence in the area will have a positive effect on reducing crime.
If we are given the land, we're going to build a police force for the people of here.
Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro says that she cannot answer whether or not there are plans to build a police post anytime soon. In the meantime, however, police patrols in the community have been stepped up. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has cancelled his planned state visit to Fiji for security reasons. The Jerusalem Post is reporting that Netanyahu's visit to Fiji and participation in a summit of leaders of Pacific Island states here, which was scheduled for February, would be too long and too complicated from a security point of view. Prime Minister Vorengeng Bainimarama met with Netanyahu in Jerusalem in November last year, where he extended an invite to the PM. The Israeli PM will, however, travel the region with planned state visits to Australia and Singapore. Fiji has successfully rallied support on climate change from the 20 member countries present at the 25th Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum. The 5-day forum came to a close yesterday, with all heads of delegations signing a joint communique for 21 resolutions endorsed during the meet. Ellen Stahls has more.
Speaker of the House of Parliament, Dr. Chikuloveni, says she was encouraged to see all countries share the same concerns about the issue of climate change.
The meeting that will be held in New York later this year, that is COP23, Fiji being the president of that COP23, and we have been assured by members of the ABPF that they will rally behind Fiji in the way that this is going to be organized.
Chair of the drafting committee at the forum, Senator Joseph Day, says while some resolutions were easy to sign, others, such as having more participation of women parliamentarians, are more complex.
Very strong support at the executive level and in the drafting committee and at the plenary for the doing what we can to enhance the participation of women in parliamentary role. The issue of how we can best achieve that does require some consideration and does require us to sit down and look at our existing rules.
Attending his 11th forum is Hirofumi Nakasone. His father is one of those who founded the meeting, and he commended Fiji on a fruitful session.
I have the highest respect for the excellent leadership of Honorable Chico Lubeni and the great contribution from the members of the Parliament of Fiji, as well as its staff.
The next meeting will be in Vietnam next year. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
In the news ahead, top medical services promised at hospital launch. And Fijian nationals back from UK after attaining masters. Stay with us.
मेरा नाम कमल रोशनी है। हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है। हम गोल्टन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तावरा में रहता है सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Promises of state-of-the-art service, equipment and personnel were made during the official launch of the Mayat International Hospital last night. Managing Director Dr. Prithvi Mohandas said the aim is to ensure the standards of Fiji's health services are on par with those of Australia and New Zealand. Rachel Nath has more.
Mayat Pacific Hospital will undergo many changes to enhance its services.
We will have a running rota of 7 specialists who will treat you whether you come at 3 a.m. on Sunday or whether you come at 3 p.m. The point of contact will be a specialist. The treatment will be top down. The first person you meet will be able to talk to you, instill confidence, tell you how they're going to diagnose you, have the equipment to do it, and have the equipment to cure you on site. That's our aim, and I hope we achieve it.
In terms of infrastructure, Mayat is renovating this basement into a huge treatment and diagnostic center, which will allow the hospital to increase its capacity from 40 beds to 52. However, the future plan is for the hospital to cater for 350 beds in the next 3 years. BSP Life Managing Director Malakai Nayanga says this partnership serves as an opportunity to improve health services.
We look forward to taking the lead again in supplying private medical facilities and specialist care, this time with a partner who is of a world-class caliber in medical services.
The Attorney General hopes this partnership will see improvements in the overall health sector.
So we hope that the Oceania Hospitals Limited does not simply look at volumes through their own hospital, but how we can collaborate with the public health sector. How we can get young Fijians to be as enthusiastic as your father, to have that level of patriotism.
Mayat International acquired 30% of the Suva Private Hospital on January 1st. However, BSP still owns the remaining 70%. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Over $400,000 in lease arrears has yet to be paid by the TLTB to the Nawavatu clan in Tadirua. This was revealed by villagers during yesterday's Talanoa session with the Prime Minister. Ali Kimbia has more.
The Nawavatu clan in Tadirua has made a request to the Itoke Land Trust Board to pay their lease arrears so that further development can take place on their land.
We are asking TLTB if they can pay us this $400,000 and they should find a way to recover this money from people living on our land. And if we get this money, we will be able to use it on our land to earn more.
Raimbevu says a lot of people who reside on their land have not paid any lease money for almost 50 years now. However, responding to the request raised by landowners to pay their lease arrears, the TLTB acknowledged there are arrears yet to be paid, but certain processes need to be followed.
That is from last year, but legal processes are currently followed
so that we can pay these arrears, and also some cases are currently in court and there are some leases which will be written off. These are some of the ways in which we are following to clear the debt.
The TLTB has stated that the land in arrears will be returned to the Nawawatu clan if the leases are not paid. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A man facing 2 counts of impersonation, 2 counts of obtaining financial advantage by deception, 1 count of theft and 1 count of absconding bail claims he is being tortured by police. Binesh Kumar Raj appeared before Magistrate Chiochi Mbosewanga. Raj told the court that officers at the Central Police Station rubbed chilies onto his private parts. He produced the seeds in court this morning and also told the magistrate that police officers did not follow the court order to take him to St. Giles for psychiatric evaluation. Magistrate Mbosewanga gave orders for Raj to be taken to St. Giles for assessment last week. The matter has been transferred to Chief Magistrate Usai Ratuvili, and Raj will appear in court next Thursday. The British High Commissioner to Fiji today welcomed home 5 of 7 Fiji scholars who returned from the United Kingdom after studying under the Chevening Scholarship. The 7 successfully completed their master's program in different universities in a span of a year. Anna Ravulo has more.
It was an exciting 1 year for the 7 scholars who left their families and friends behind to further their studies in the UK. British High Commissioner to Fiji Melanie Hopkins says they're always looking for ambitious individuals to receive the Chevening Scholarship.
These scholarships, as I've heard today again, enable you to develop your networks, to experience UK culture, to experience a world-class university in many cases, and build long-lasting positive relationships in the UK.
3 other scholars who work in different fields explained the benefits of such studies to their current work.
What we got out of the program was we built a good network of engineers around the world and learned more new developments and technologies being used in renewable energy right now. So those are the things now we are applying in Fiji.
I do a master's in sustainable development, climate change and risk management. So now I'm working at the Pacific Island Forum Secretariat as the research officer.
Actually, I study structural engineering with management, and at the moment I work for the Ministry of Infrastructures as a structural engineer. I have to come up with a solution and make sure all this infrastructure is safe and according to some specification and standards.
Hopkins says that they've received more than 300 applications this year and are now in the process of shortlisting it before the final number is confirmed in March. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
8 students of Yetsen Primary School, International School and Suba Muslim Primary, who are of Chinese descent, will participate at a New Year Gala in China this week. Organized by the Federation of Returned Overseas Chinese in China, the event chooses representatives from a few countries, and Fiji has been lucky to be included this year. The students' performances will showcase Fijian culture and will be shown on Chinese television channels as well as Chinese TV channels in Hong Kong, America and Canada. It will be televised on January 28th, which is the first day of the Chinese New Year according to the Chinese lunar calendar. Now to sports, here's Jamie with all the very latest.
Thanks, Jackie, and good evening. Up ahead, Bieber names a new look team for Wellington and Sydney. And Ben Ryan signs with Wales Rugby Union. This and more coming up.
Na yavangunga andi moala rarada ranalika o tikongona taunu singatoka ando talitaka na vakaronga na Mbula FM number 2 na serre
ya dora chubuli kurna bili ibora ni batukara hambara binaranga do talitakina na vakaronga na Mbula FM number 2 na serre
Mbula FM number 2 na serre.
Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Gareth Bieber has named the new look 14-member side for the Wellington and Sydney tournaments. Bieber has made 4 changes to the squad, dropping Olympic gold medalist Masivesi Ndakuwanga along with Himosi Mulevoro, Waisea Thungu and Chusua Vivi. Mesulame Kunavula and speedster Nathanieli Lambalamba will make their debut for the national team, while Fiji Barber skipper Aminoni Nasilasila and Alivrete Tokani have forced their way into the side. Vatemo Ravavo also makes a return for the first time after the Olympics. The team will be captained by Hosea Kulinisau.
There's been a couple of injuries. Masavezi's had a calf problem for a little while, and we're just sort of nursing him through and getting him back into his conditioning. But the other lad is Frank, who's been with us as well, who's been progressing and obviously been part of our training here.
The Fiji Barbers arrived back today after winning the Sudamerica Sevens in Chile on Monday. The side played in Chile and Argentina, and the tours have been described as a learning curve for many new players, while for others it was time to shine and prove their worth. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Fiji Barbers captain Amenoni Nasilasila, who was dropped from the Olympic Games squad, has been highly rated by his coach Josteki Savo.
Nasilasila was, I think he played good, well, and given a chance in the first lineup for the Fiji Sevens team. I think he can edge Chirutuai compared to for what I've noticed for the last two tournaments. I think he's the best sevens player in the first five in the halfback position.
With Nasilasila, a few others have also been praised for their outing.
5 players have made it to the Wellington, in preparation for Wellington and Sydney, and looking forward for them to better their performance in the World Sevens rugby.
For their coaching panel, it's time to regroup and plan for the next move.
We'll be sitting down with the Sevens management and see what happens, and maybe if there's any other Sevens tournaments around abroad, and I think it's good either for sending teams and selecting the best players.
The Barbers beat Argentina 19-12 in the final in Chile and finished as runner-up in Argentina to claim the overall title. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Former Fiji Sevens and Olympic gold medal winning coach Ben Ryan has ended all speculation about his next move. One of the most sought-after coaches since guiding Fiji to its first Olympic medal, Ryan has joined the Welsh Rugby Union as a consultant. The 45-year-old joins Welsh Rugby to work with all its national teams and women's teams, men's teams and women's teams, as well as coach development. The Fiji Volleyball Federation is urging all affiliated associations in the country to register their players properly before the season starts. Meli Tavanga also reports the Federation wants input from all associations so they are able to adopt their new constitution at the annual general meeting in April.
Fiji Volleyball Federation Program Manager Semai Malanglangi says some new associations had been formed and they've indicated their interest in playing in upcoming tournaments.
Most of our associations are still trying to compile their documents to be affiliated to the Federation. I think our President had reminded all the associations that would like to be affiliated to the Federation for this season that they need to prepare documents.
The Federation will have several major tournaments this year. Langlangi says everything needs to be up to date.
There has been a lot of interest. We have new associations this year joining the Federation. We've had people coming to our office for the last week and this week just coming to find out more about the tournament.
It's just a month until the Vuladhar tournament, and she says they will have to finalize everything next week.
Proper documentation and proper running of weekly club games before they get their clubs and associations to play in tournaments sanctioned by the Federation.
The Vuladhar tournament will be held next month. The date will be confirmed Tuesday. The Federation is also waiting for feedback from all the associations and will then decide where improvement is needed at the AGM in 3 months' time. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Under-17 football team has won its second match on its New Zealand tour, beating the Auckland City youth side 3-1. Fiji's goals were scored by Kishan Sami, Ratun Dao and Ilyasa Rakuka. The Shalen Lal coach side drew 1-1 with the Maori Under-19s in their first match on Tuesday. Fiji's next game is on Saturday. This New Zealand tour is to prepare the team for the Oceania Championship, which will be held in Tahiti next month. And that's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
The centre pier, which will hold the middle of the Vatwanga Bridge, has been completed. Fiji Roads Authority Chief Executive John Hutchinson says works on both sides of the embankment is now being carried out. Hutchinson says while FRA does not have any direct control of the work, as it is funded by the Chinese government, however, they are working with the companies responsible, which is the China Construction 14 Group, to complete this project.
Work is progressing well on the Vatawonga Bridge. We are involved in terms of the assistance on land and utilities and so on.
Conditions were sunny, warm and dry across most parts of the nation today. Most centres recorded temperatures in the lower 30s, leaving Savu-Savu the coolest at 28. For tomorrow, it will be much like today, sunny, some clouds and warm temperatures accompanied by a few afternoon showers. And looking further on to Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds can be expected around the nation. However, the eastern areas are more likely to experience few evening showers. At sea, south to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, a fire destroys Jack's factory in Nandi. Social media conviction case lays platform, and Fiji Sevens team name for Wellington and Sydney tournaments. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. On to our poll question, with the recent publishing of landing costs of all vehicles imported into the country, this week we are asking, are you seeing changes in the motor vehicle sales market? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Hola, we from Latoka. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is Kanto. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola Fiji, my name is Florence Ratu. I'm from Call Number 1 in Tavua, and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits every day and all day.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm from the soccer crazy town of Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.